Back to the Zoom. We're here. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's meditation. As you know, I am Rev Kari, and thank you for jumping into this epic meditation journey with me. Yesterday was a huge activation through the Metatron code of dimensional coherence. We dropped the dimensional coherence code, really the center, the focal point of the code. And today's focus is preparing for activation. And there's a key phrase in the code, the dimensional coherence aspect of the code, that is the fulcrum of truth. And as you know, especially if you were with us yesterday, and I recommend if you haven't done that meditation, going back and recalibrating, right? Like, or doing today and then listening to yesterday as well. Sometimes it's better to do them in reverse. I fully appreciate that. This phrase fulcrum of truth is pretty huge. And what we're working with as we're learning to become and identify our metas, our highest expression of our frequencies, is how we observe our world, not through the lens of the human, right? But through the lens of the metas, through the lens of our original as a creator. So through our origin point, which means we aren't observing externally, but rather from an internal perspective. And so that fulcrum of truth is not out here, but it is in here. And so truth is a funny little, like, where that fulcrum exists is really the key to everything that we are up to. It is in identifying where our fulcrum is like, that's it. Like, if we can identify the nexus, if you will, of where and what is at the center of our fulcrum, and we have many fulcrum points. Like, we have many different codes depending on what we're working with. If it's our intuition versus our action, we may resonate differently with what is driving and controlling how we are, say, pausing and holding ourselves versus how we're taking action. And obviously, in dimensional coherence, we want those to be perfectly aligned. We want our pause to be coming and sourcing from the same place our action is sourcing from. And in our world, in outside in the 3D reality, what we know to be reality, we are trained for those to come from two different orientation points. So the whole purpose of this entire body of work is to get those into perfect alignment or dimensional coherence, for that fulcrum to come into one fulcrum point, not to have many different orientation points. So enough chatter about that. Let's go ahead and drop in, because today is all about preparing for activation into the code, activation into being the creator, into identifying your metas, into holding your own field of energy, into being able to read, run, regulate, regenerate, ritualize, ceremonialize your life in all things that you do, because as a creator, that's what this is all about. And when we start to do that, we have truly become and moved beyond what it is. We've truly started to create the new reality, right? That's ultimately how we bring heaven here to earth, and fully create that sacred marriage, right, of heaven and earth coming together as one. So taking a nice deep breath in and an even bigger exhale out, and go ahead and activate your light link. If you're new for our meditations, our light link is just envisioning the sun shining down upon you. And as you imagine that sun, allowing it to become alive inside of your mind, that fulcrum point of the sun being external, as we know, is just a mirror reflection of the truth. That is, that you are the spark of light, that the sun externally is a collective manifestation of the origin point of light. A galactic, not just a human collective, but a galactic collective manifestation, as is the cosmos, right? And all of the stars. It doesn't make them any less true, just like me and you and the next person aren't any less true. We are all just fragmentations, expressions. So as you feel yourself allowing the sun to come to life inside of your mind, allowing that light link to activate. But as it does, really feeling the warmth of its glow, not only as you imagine it both on your face, but inside of your mind. And that's the beauty of Earth. That is the true purpose of humanity and Earth, is the space of duality. We are dualistic in nature. We are here to be dualistic and then to make it our own. 1 + 2 = you. So the sun externally represented, here to perceive the third dimensional expression, which is the external, and then internally perceived. So as you take this moment to allow yourself to perceive each of these different points of truth, because they're all true. That's the irony of it, right? Like, so where or not, right? Because there's no such thing really truly as irony. So where is your fulcrum of truth? So we're going to just keep dropping deeper and deeper in today through a very simple light link. And the deeper it goes, we turn it into a star link because we know the sun is a star. So as you feel the light turning on, it's like we flip a switch on inside of the pineal gland at the back of the mind. And then moving deeper into the heart and letting your consciousness just slide down the spine, slide down the belly. And it's like you're just spiraling downwards, walking down a hallway, going deeper and deeper in. Maybe you find yourself almost like, yeah, let's go with a hallway into a room in the night. And you open the door and you flip the switch on in there, and the lights come on. And there is a glow burning inside of this room. And this becomes the next fulcrum of truth. And as you step into that glow, it leads to another. Spiral staircase down, winding all the way down and in. This time almost cavernous, deep, 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 maybe into the earth, stone walls. And some of you may want to go galactic at this point. I'm going to encourage you to go through the heart of the earth, taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling out. Deep, deep, deep in. Until you find another doorway. and you gently push it open. And this time it's like a power grid switch, and you flip that one on. And you feel, you claim. Each of these are a claiming. It's not just like you flip the switch. You get to plant your feet in the earth and claim. Draw this fire up, right? Draw this flame up and declare it as yours. Your fulcrum of truth, especially deep in these earth energies. For some of you, I'm skipping over the naming of it, right? But it would be deep goddess energy, deep Magdalene energy. But it also, for some of you, could be deep flame angelic energy. I run and teach in this Metatronic code space. We stay away from the naming because we orient more towards the flame energy. Because the flame, the names are the mythology with it, but the flames are the essence. And out of the flame flows and has the stories that come along with it. So the essence of the flame is the closest representation to the truth. Just allow this flame to rise and then let yourself feel the stories with it. Let the name of the goddess or the angels or whoever you feel deeply rooted here in the earth with you, the beings, rise as you turn these switches on. These inner earth cores, and then step into this fire. As you step into this fire, we move to the next spiraling and spiraling and spiraling, this time outside of space and time. We're going to jump through a couple of layers here. Spiraling. Letting yourself feel nice deep breaths in. Letting yourself spin to find your next fulcrum of truth. And for some of you, this may have you land in what seemingly feels like a temple space. I'm going to just invite in a circular, if it is a temple space, let it be a circular room, no matter what the orientation point is. There's a temple door stepping through as we have wherever we've landed on this journey, allowing the focal point of the light to come closer, stairs and the door, and pushing it open. And again, seeing an altar and a flame burning brightly, another fulcrum of truth. And this one holding our archetypal imprints, our guides, the greater flame archetypes, the imprints of your heart, the qualities of the flames, masculine, feminine, the flame attributes. What type of flame quality? Are you an architect? Are you a builder? Are you a healer? Your flame purpose derived, your fulcrum of truth. As we prepare for activation, stepping into this flame and doing one more round of spinning. This time, maybe feeling like you have wings, like you can jump from star to star, do whatever you need to do, feeling very much holographic and in your light body, and picking the next flame, picking the threads, the cords of light that you want to braid together, because now we are fully immersed in your soul stream and feeling yourself as this fulcrum of truth, like which is just pure light essence, rainbows streaming of light, or maybe a specific color, or maybe you see none of it, but just feeling yourself pulsing. And so I'm going to let you pulse in this energy as I start to work with your mind and call forward your mind from this deep point, this deep space of light, this temple deep within the earth, deep within the galaxy, deep within the origin point, beyond the earth, I should say. Nice deep breaths in, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And as you begin to find this flame and feel yourself as the flame, braiding it, gazing back through space and time and all of the lifetimes, feeling the beautiful essence of life that is your body, the biology of the cells, the pulsing of your heartbeat and your pulse and the blood in your body and your breath and the physicality of it and the light that streams through your DNA like rainbows of energy. I want you to think about what you have learned as you've released timelines and felt people and places and things in the ways in which you viewed the world slip through your fingers and crumble like sand, and how you felt your dreams and desires and your partnership with spirit rise through those sands as false realities and mirrors, false mirrors have crumbled around you. And how this thread of light and the truth of who you are has emerged in your body. And how this pure blueprint, this fulcrum of truth, like a spear of light, a lightning bolt of light, has emerged. And feel this energy pulsing now physically as you turn this flame and this thread of resonance, this cord of resonance, this frequency up in your system, turning it up, turning its energy and its essence up from this deep, deep, deep fulcrum, this place of truth. We aren't in the sun, we aren't in the Pleiades, We aren't in some random star system within the galaxy. So that's not our origin point. Our origin point is within the flames, is deep within the dimensions where the geometries and the flames source from. It is where you are emerging now. It is where you feel this pulse and this heartbeat, this rainbow essence, or a pulse of color, whether you see or sense color in your mind's eye or just feel an energy rising in your spine and in your belly and in your heart and in your essence and in your being. Feeling it all coming online, being louder and louder, like turning it up to 11, master number, master frequency, and letting it be that crystalline energy that emerges as the dominant field frequency brought to form in your cells, made the norm. Your fulcrum of truth. What are the things you've learned as you prepare to take action? It's time. From this point, you are the creator. You are the mind of God. You are the chosen one. You are the scribe. You are the code. You are the point of origin. It all starts right here. The flames come forward from your hands. It's however you choose to bring it through your body, through your vessel, whether through your words, through your deeds, through your actions, through your heart. It's all right there for you, ready to go. And so, with that, I invite you to take a nice deep breath in, coming all the way into your heart. Rolling the shoulders, opening and closing the fists, shaking them out. And allowing yourself to settle into your own fulcrum of truth, letting that crystalline frequency land. For some, it lands in the mind, where the essence of the spiritual technology is in the heart. We have a sacred arc of the heart. And what's truly happening is this frequency is coming in through the back of the heart, the back of the hara. And there's a whole lot of other stuff that's happening. There's much more to it than that. But in essence, it's landing there. The flame is held there, we'll say. It's not landing there. The flame is held there and it projects up and is captured in the back of the mind. And then it gets internalized and held throughout the nadi points, the nadi chakras in the skull. And we see the crown illuminated with all of the colors of the chakras, right? Round. That's why we see the jeweled crown around us. And then when it's fully spinning, we see that crown around the heart space as well. So the fulcrum of truth really resides crystallized, held within the heart, off of the spine. But it spins, it starts to spin. Everything spins, I should say, around that fulcrum of truth. But it's all about you holding, feeling this resonance, this energetic at your core, locking it in, choosing it. And we don't have to label it. We can't. Why would we want to label it? We can label it. We try to label it. We try to label it through words like the Metatron code. We try to draw pictures of it and write songs about it. Even the creator beings and the gods built this beautiful playground called Earth to capture it and then sent us here to try to decipher it. We can't. We can give it our best shot. And so, with that, that's what we get to figure out, right? Is each of us giving it our best shot to do our part in playing with that, holding that energetic within our hearts, sharing it, lighting it up in others, resonating in it, and breaking down all of the mirrors around us so that as we resonate in that pure light, others too may find that truth for themselves. So, welcome back. May today be full of activation. Today is an activation day. Um, I know no matter what, whether you are here and catching the astrology live or not, you're harnessing this meditation at whatever point and you're needing some activation. Today, this meditation will be an activation meditation because we are capturing the essence of the astrology as well. And it is a big, big, like horses are lined up at the gates, and the gates are about to burst open. So take the time following today's meditation to really reflect on what came through. What are these pieces you've learned? What is this? Where do you want to? Where is this energetic not only being directed, but how are you holding it? And how is this toric field flowing? What is it drawing in? And how are you choosing to, like, where do you want where's your 0 degrees of execution? Not half a degree off, not a quarter of a degree off, but that 0 degree, because you can feel, we don't have to know where we're going, but we can feel that tractor beam of perfect alignment and perfect pull. So, with that, namaste. So much love. I will see you all next week.